Is there any Wi-Fi or connection is here in this car? BV, RV? Is it here? Okay. Hare Krishna. So happy to see saffron sadhus in one place. It's a very rare sight nowadays. Brahmacharis in one place and also for studying in one place. So this is, I came to Pune around 20 years back or so. For 1 month. Camp temple, Kunjabihari temple. So I was very much, I heard the glories of Pune devotees, brahmacharis. So I was myself, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, we came here. I don't remember seeing any of you there at the time, but must be around 2002 or something. 2, 3. It's the time Gaur Sundar Prabhu and Premnidhi Prabhu, they were like right and left hand of Radheshyam Prabhu. So much of youth preaching, congregation preaching. That time Radheshyam Prabhu had some health issues, so he was in Bhaktivedanta hospital. So I missed him. But he personally arranged all stay for us and all the programs for us. So And then Radheshyam Prabhu later told me to come here for almost many years. He told me, but somehow or other I felt what I can do for all of you. So I kind of somehow that didn't happen, but somehow or other I am here today. But I wanted to be here when Radheshyam Prabhu is here, but again same thing happened. He is in some initiation programs, so he is there. So I came that time to learn youth preaching, to understand things, basically association of Radheshyam Prabhu. So Vamshivadan Prabhu was kitchen in charge, working so hard day and night. Shankar Pandit Prabhu is kind of youth preaching. He's also another, I think, was leader of the youth preaching. Then Sri Guru Charan Prabhu is into mostly managing some. He was there. Yeah, he was there, I think. Murari Prabhu was also there in youth preaching. Ramanand Prabhu. Balgovind Prabhu, yes, of course. So it was very nice mood and simple ashram. There was one cow, 2-3 cows were there in front of the temple. Very enthusiastic Guru Puja. Radha Madhav Prabhu was Pujari other than our Rupa Goswami Prabhu. So it was very nice atmosphere and very surcharged. So I used to tell Gaurang Prabhu, Radheshyam Prabhu is doing so nice youth preaching, we should also adapt those principles. So then Gaurang Prabhu said, okay, you go to Pune and study what they are doing. So that's how I came here. So it was very nice time, and whenever Radheshyam Prabhu used to come to Chowpatty, I used to do some personal services to him. Prasadam arrangements and other whatever little bit, we didn't have a guest rooms and even now also not much facilities. Here great facilities are there. But Radheshyam Prabhu would come. Very often I would see him, he would catch one train in the early morning, around some kind of, what is that train? Rani, some kind of train, one morning train. And I remember vividly one time he was in complete rain and wet. Clothes wet, Mumbai rain. So we used to have brahmachari class at 11:30 morning to 12:30. 11:30 to 1 o'clock actually, 1.5 hour brahmachari class every day. Not a single day is holiday. Sunday, of course, Sunday festival happens. Other than that, every day. So and nobody has to tell you to come for brahmachari class. Everybody comes automatically. Sometimes it goes little down, but then directly Radhanath Maharaj, he will get into the case. So around that brahmachari class time, if any brahmacharis are moving around, Maharaj will see, So we see him, he understands he is not in the class. So one time Radheshyam Prabhu came in the rain, in full kurta is wet. And with his bag, he directly came and sat in the class. I said, Prabhu, go and change your kurta and dry your body and come. If I go there, I'll miss a class. So that was kind of very inspiring, to see him coming for the class like that, And he would write his books. So many books he would write, So he would bring those manuscripts, and he would tell me to give to senior devotees for corrections and all. So like that, very good interactions we had. So I'm here, I don't know why, but just to follow Radheshyam Prabhu's instruction. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, you are all studying for 2 years or something? 2-3 years? This?
2021 we started.
Acha, before COVID. Just after the COVID. 21.
February 1 we started. 7th canto we started.
Wow.
16.
So different speakers speak different cantos like that.
Every month we have 5 days classes.
Every month. Oh, nice. So during those times there was no concept of brahmacharis come together for classes and all. Just go out, collect money, build temples, life membership, like that. So it was a new concept, brahmachari class, brahmacharis come together for studies. So nobody believed it actually, including the brahmacharis. So that time classes would happen in Maharaj room, inside his room. So then he started, every day they should recite Mangalacharan from Om Ajnanatimirandasya till, including Jayatam Sarvata Pangav, So that itself will take some 15 minutes, 20 minutes, like. So then brahmachari class, then exams, weekly exams. I think once upon a time we had everyday exam. So, and then monthly exams. Then we should arrange debates in the brahmachari class itself, two parties, So how to, train the brahmacharis like that, And when they write exams, there should be a notebook. The notebook, everybody would given a separate notebook with their names. So that notebook is a answer sheets, every day, every week or something. So, those who are medical backgrounds, brahmacharis, they have such a powerful memory. Rohini Priya Prabhu would write from shloka, translation, purport, shloka, translation, purport as it is. I used to correct those notes. Gaur Gopal Prabhu, verbatim, he would repeat shloka, translation, purports from 7th chapter, first shloka till the last shloka of the chapter, full by heart. They remember everything. And we had some brahmacharis who are from simple village background, They would write in their answer sheet, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, 108 times. And below there is a notes. All the answers are in this. So that was that kind of atmosphere, different varieties. And we used to have the brahmacharis, after the brahmachari class, that we'll go to the Banaganga for swimming, So after the heavy study, then go for swimming and then come back for hot chapatis lunch. So after many years I'm seeing one place, other than that retreat, GV, many brahmacharis came like that. After that I'm seeing first sadhus in one place. Okay, I'm not a very entertaining speaker or knowing things, right? So I joined Radha Gopinath temple in 97. Came in touch with the devotees in 94. Anyway, no, I came in touch in South India. So then I went to Radha Rasbihari temple as a tourist, Mumbai Darshan part. So I came to Gateway of India. I never know there is Radha Gopinath temple, and I never know I'll end up over there. So then 97, I came as a guest devotee resident to Radha Gopinath temple just for 6 months. So then the 6 months continued till now. Stayed there only. Because where I supposed to go back, that place got closed. So I joined actually in 96 in Udupi with His Grace Atma Tattva Prabhu. And if you heard about him, he is one of the very scholarly devotee, Prabhupada disciple. So I joined him because I was never not inspired to join regular brahmacharya ashram where you have to carry your briefcase with nice Angavastra and, stamp tilak, perfect tilak, and with the Pavitra Mala and 11,1111. So then we heard that in Mayapur they have a Gurukul. So that time the trend is everybody has to run from home to join. So we all planned to run to Mayapur Gurukul. But that time 96, it was opening of Bangalore temple. 96, I think. 96 they opened, the Rajaji Hill. So all the Gurukul boys, including Maharaj, everybody went to Bangalore. Yeah. So, before that, Atmadatta Prabhu came to South India. So he said he's going to start a Gurukul. So I thought, okay, let me join. So they say instead of running to Mayapur, you run to nearby place. So we went to that Udupi. Then later temple got opened, 97 I think, temple got opened. So we stayed in Udupi for 6 months. So after the morning program, Atmadatta Prabhu take classes from morning 8 o'clock till 1 o'clock, non-stop. So when he starts speaking, and he has a you heard about him? Hello, any of you? Prabhuji is into Gurukul research, so he must have. So he would speak so many very technical classes. My God, the head will be heavy after the class over. So that was my first experience. But then we had a holiday for 6 months. I came to Chowpatty. So because I came from there, so I was not very much impressed by Chowpatty classes because Gaurang Prabhu simple Bhagavatam stories and all, Only one person I had regard, that is Radheshyam Prabhu, because I used to hear about him before even seeing him, Spiritual Scientist magazine would come. We had some youth preaching in Udupi also, Manipal, youth preaching that time, 96. So, 96, 97, we had one. So, spiritual scientists below, Radheshyam Das, IIT, MTech, Mumbai, So I said, who is this Radheshyam Prabhu? I used to imagine him, he would be like 7 foot, big, like huge and, effulgent. So for 6 months I only heard about him, I never seen him. So then I came to Chowpatty. Chowpatty coming also, I never seen him for some time. So I was, some big personality will come in, huge, tall like that. So I was not so much attracted to, when I joined, Maharaj was in Western trip, he was not there at that time. So, okay, these people are simple and I didn't join Chowpatty. I had to just stay for and go back after 6 months, Our scholar, so this place is TK, something. So then, so Gaurang Prabhu had a policy that he would never talk to anybody for 6 months whoever joins. Because Ayaram, Gayaram, people keep coming, going. So that time itself we had a policy. Anybody survives for 6 months, then only he'll start his conversation, first conversation. Till then you are not existing, But in my case, as soon as the first day only, he came and looked at me. Kahan sir? South India sir, who is this fellow? Why he is talking to me? I was thinking like that, So we had a very nice, bond from beginning onwards. But I was not so much, he used to give Wednesday class, Gaurang Prabhu, that time. So I was not very much attending his class. I would be doing my own thing during, everybody runs for his classes. So, but then Radheshyam Prabhu, when he came, so I was very much, then I said, oh, this is Radheshyam Prabhu, I thought he'd be very powerful and, like authoritative and, commands, but he was so simple and humble and, smiling and short, So it was even more attractive, So I became I tried to be somewhat close to him. So he would spend a lot of time, whenever he comes, I would spend some time, quite long time talking to him like that, So anyway, then So I used to hear from him about his view on preaching, and other Gopinath Prabhu and all, they all speak about Radheshyam Prabhu, how he have a zeal of preaching and inspired like that. So in this way I understand both sides, Chowpatty style and coming here Pune style, and used to different styles and like that. So so then after some time, because I came from that background of this Atmajota Prabhu, and that program stopped. They had a plan of studying 2 years in Udupi, Madhva Sampradaya headquarters, 2 years in Melkotai, that is Sri Sampradaya, and 2 years in Vrindavan, or Dwaraka, like Nimbarka, Vishnu Swami, like that, big plan, 8-year plan. But it got finished in 6 months, so I came to Chowpatty, and I could never go back. So then I never wanted to join Chowpatty, but then later realized, and Maharaj came later, few months later. Then Radha Gopinath's grace, he kept me and continuing like that. Then later I went to Govardhan, Gopi Paranadana Prabhu. Govind Prabhu told me to go there. 3 years we stayed with him. His final 3 years. So from 2008 to 9, 10, 11, 8 to 9. Yeah, 3 years we studied under Prabhu, and we had our Matsyavatara Prabhu was our Sanskrit teacher. Then Gopi Paranadana Prabhu is our, he used to take Sandarbha classes. Then he used to take Laghu Bhagavatamrita classes. And mostly Bhagavatam class Prabhu would give. Then translation workshops. And he started a new project of commenting on Prabhupada purpose, interesting things. So he started, and he used to discuss that sometime. So like that we had a good time with under Gopi Paranadana Prabhu for complete 3 years, except April, May. Govardhan is only month of May, 1.5 month, very hot, so holiday, So, and plus January 1 month. So except 2.5 months, we stayed there for. So there was a good time, great time actually. So, and then then Prabhu suddenly left his body. Giriraj took him. It's very sad actually, sad for very great loss for the whole ISKCON society actually. So then, he wrote Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha. Almost he wrote the translation, but purport is supposed to commentary is supposed to write, but Krishna took him. So then I returned back. Then later I was told to go to South India. So I was in Chennai for some time. I got association of some Pune devotees in Chennai also, and for some time I was in Goa and few places like that.
So first time I got connection with Madhacharya Prabhu, his head pujari for Chowpatty. He came for installation of Sri Radha Govindji in ISKCON, Tokyo, Japan. So with his connection, I first time met Prabhuji in 2011 in Chowpatty temple. That time I got more introduction about Prabhuji. And during working in Chennai with Renault Nissan, so one of the devotee we went for a host program there. I also met Prabhuji. So Prabhuji also completed his masters in Sanskrit. Right, Prabhuji?
The college, yeah.
Yes, master in Sanskrit, and Prabhuji also helped Maharaj a lot in South India for translating between the acharyas of the South India and Maharaj. So Prabhuji played the role very wonderfully. And you heard about one joke regularly Gauram Prabhu is telling, 10 rupiya wala. 10 rupiya. Right, Prabhuji? Generally in Marathi says 10 rupiya ka book, na? 10 rupiya la ek book. Yes, so grateful, so grateful to Nityanand Prabhu after coming from 20 years after your who is coming to Pune to help to guide us in Bhaktivedanta 11 Canto. Very crucial. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So this 11th canto, actually what happened was in the Vidyapeetham they started in our GV. So they had a very great study of every canto, chapter wise like that, Now the shampoo was coming as a sensation over there. When we could not study like that in our time, but I went to Govardhan, so we had different kind of approach of Bhagavatam. With some more technicalities like that. So actually I should not be talking here, to all of you because I never underwent that Vidyapeetham in GV, that kind of training. So, but we had a good association of Gopi Pranandan Prabhu. That was that fortune we had. Whenever I heard about Radhanath Maharaj often quotes Trinatapi Sunichana, humility, like that, But humility and scholarship, that combination is very, it's only we heard from Maharaj class. But Maharaj is humble, but he is not known for his technical scholarship as such. But whenever there is pride, all these things comes, it's always in relation with scholars becoming proud, All, once Maharaj said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, most of the problem creators of Mahaprabhu pastimes are all scholarly Brahmanas, He quoted once the list, Gopal Chapala, then Devananda Pandit, Keshava Kashmiri, Sarva Bhattacharya, like that, whole list he quoted, all the smarta Brahmanas, So like that, always scholarship, and in ISKCON also we had a history, So Maharaj would always tell, only two people survived in ISKCON history, being scholar and being a devotee. Who are these two? In Sanskrit field, Gopi Pranandan and Pradyumna Prabhu. So we had a very difficult history regarding Sanskrit. Prabhupada time onwards, always there is trouble. So Maharaj speaks about scholarship and humility. It was a theoretical whenever we hear from Maharaj. But when I went to Govardhan, when I saw Gopi Pranandana Prabhu, that time it just came in front of me. The whole personality and this whole combination came in. Such a very, unless we experience it's only theoretically, So that experience we could get, Other than whatever my little bird brain, whatever we understood, studied, but other than that particular experience is very nice. You would never a trace of a pride. Bhuyurla is a great commentator, one of the Brihad Bhagavatamrit. His translation are the best. It's a single voice, everybody agrees to that, And he completed Prabhupada's Bhagavatam after Prabhupada left. This canto, what you are studying is, I spontaneously spoke about him. His contribution here, what you are studying now. So he, after 10th canto, 14th chapter onwards, they did. So Gopi Pranandan Prabhu supplied all Acharya's commentary. And Hridayanda Maharaj used to just put things together, And some chapters, some canto chapters, Hridayanda Maharaj just told you only do it. So Prabhu did all the purports also, commentary, purports here. So even though his name doesn't show up as a purport writer, But he wrote commentary for the verse what you are going to read now. The commentaries are directly by him, the full commentary. Or he has given all the inputs to Hridayanda Maharaj. But 11th canto, many parts of 11th canto is done by Gopi Pranandana. So I thought I don't have any qualification to speak in front of all of you, but maybe just by his proximity, every day I used to clean his room and sometimes wash his clothes. That's only my qualification. So with that strength, let us discuss something, whatever little bit I know, and we are all going to share also, correct? Okay, so we have very short days now. our style of studying in Vidyapeetham is one shloka we used to take for sometime 2-3 days. So here you have to run. So this is a new system for me. Vidyapeetham also I had a little. Govardhan. First shloka, then break the shlokas, then Sridhar Swami's Tika, then Chakravarti Path, then Sanatana Goswami, 10th canto, Sanatana Goswami, Brihad Vaishnava Toshini, then Jiva Goswami's Laghu Vaishnava Toshini, then Chakravarti Path's commentary, sometime Srinath Acharya's commentary, then some Vamshidhar also sometimes we refer, for he elaborates Sridhar's Tika. So cracking those, how to learn the commentary, how to read commentary, that itself is separate, endeavor classes. So that Gopi Prabhu is to take us Mula and Sridhar Swami Tika. So everybody has to break the words, and so it goes in its own pace. So here is you have to go everything so fast like that. So it's not my style or habit. So let us try. In case if I find difficulty, we will try to change some things. Okay, is it okay, Prabhu? Whatever he told me, I tried. So seek all of your blessings. So we'll chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya something. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashthaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So 11th canto, chapter 14, chapter 15th, text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Jitendriyasya Yuktasya Jitaswasya Yoginaha Mayi Dharayatascheta Upatishtanti Siddhayaha. So how it is a system here? Translation purport, or how you do things? Okay, somebody can read.
Translation, Prabhu. The Supreme Personality, 11 canto, 15 chapter, sloka number 1. The Supreme Personality Godhead said, "My dear Uddhava, the mystic perfection of yoga are acquired by a yogi who has conquered his senses, studied his mind, and conquered the breathing process and fixed his mind on me."
Purport. There are 8 primary mystic perfections such as Anima, Siddhi, and 10 secondary perfections. In this 15th chapter, Lord Krishna will explain that such mystic perfections are actually impediments to the development of Krishna consciousness, and that therefore one should not desire them. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakatamayam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanand Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I could not access the commentaries because Wi-Fi is not working. Okay, we will discuss whatever. Okay, so here Uddhava is not getting connected. It's okay. I think today we have not so much time. We'll discuss like that only. So Uddhava Gita is considered one of the important subject matter in the Bhagavatam. So Krishna spoke Gita to Arjuna in battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now Kurukshetra Gita, Krishna spoke in such a way that there are two parties are coming together for what? For fighting, So I written one article. I said that the pinnacle of spirituality in the peak of politics. So Krishna came to this material world for his particular purpose. What is the particular purpose? That he want to give some message, important message to the conditioned souls. So how Krishna did that, his strategy is interesting. So he came to sell his product just like an expert business person. When he want to sell his product, he will choose a place where he can maximum, sell his product to the maximum people, correct? So they'll find such a location like that, place like that. Like we in book distribution also, we used to go for, Dadar railway station or, this CST, place where people come so that more books will go. So Krishna could have spoken his Gita to some sages or saints in some Himalayan cave or somewhere. But where Krishna chose to speak Bhagavad Gita? In the battlefield when two armies are there, So generally Kali Yuga is known for quarrel and hypocrisy. People are more interested in quarreling. Especially they want to hear more about the neighbor's quarrel, So the whole world, whether devotees, non-devotees, thank you. Okay. So everybody is interested in others' problems. So here, when in the Kurukshetra battlefield, when these both armies came together, everybody's attention, just like nowadays, some cricket match goes on, whole India is, stick to that, especially India-Pakistan match or something. Everybody is watching what is going to happen, So in that match, in that particular place, some, people show ads, then it will become more. There's so many ads comes in the television, correct? So much money also there by giving these ads. So here in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, both sides, Pandava's army and Kaurava's army, these are like a only two parties in the whole world, either this party or that party. So you had to choose, In South India, when we were there, two heroes, Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan. Have you heard about their name? So as soon as you are born, you are no 3-year-old or 4-year-old. You have to choose. Before even knowing who are they, you have to choose. You are Kamal or Rajini. Because people ask question, hey, Rajini or Kamal? You don't even know Rajini or Kamal. Oh, I have to find out who. So after 15 years, I went to South India, staying in 10 years, long gap. I never went to South India, joining Chowpatty. As a guest, I came and then we went for Yatra, 2005 Yatra. So we went to Kanchipuram. And in Kanchipuram, the Kanchipuram Varadaraj Pujari's, Varadaraj kitchen, Brahman's son, you have a shika, shawl, studying mantras and all. So we are taking prasadam in their home, So that boy came and he pulled my shawl, said that, Anna. And what is his question? His question was, you are Vijay or Ajit? These are the two latest heroes. I got shocked. Vijay or Ajit? Anyway, for information, these two are like the next generation film stars, So I was surprised that the power of the time, not only the change and also the non-changing factors, He's a small kid. His father is cooking for Varadaraj temple deities and he's chanting some mantras. He asked me a question, Vijay or Ajit? I took some time, Vijay, who is Ajit, who is Vijay? So I thought, is it some deity's name or something? Then I later realized that like the Rajini, Kamal, like that, now it's the latest heroes, and the same trend, the boys has to choose one amongst them, So here you got some Khans in this Khan, that Khan, I don't know the Hindi people's name here. So you have to choose in between these two, otherwise your identity crisis ho jate udhar. So I said, and I have to say something to keep a good rapport with that Pujari's boy, So then I was saying, who are you? Who is your party? He said, oh, I have this party. Oh, really? Oh, that's very nice. So I was thinking that why I'm telling this, that sorry to, Pune devotees are very grave and serious, We used to have that, analysis of Chowpatty, Pune. So I was in between, like both sides, So Gaurang Prabhu tell, hey, tum kya hai? To udhar school hai, हम लोग college में हैं, ऐसा, ऐसा online में जा रहे क्या? Yeah, online. Oh, okay. So we are in college, school, different kind of analysis, Unity in diversity, all these things we used to do. So I said, Radhesham Prabhu, what is this? Radhesham Prabhu, oh no, this is not, this is like this. Gaurang Prabhu, what is this? This is people. So I was to get, what is going on? It took some time for me to. So it took some time for me, unity in diversity. And if you are caught in between, you'll get chutney, but both will be very together. So a lot of, things. It took time for us to understand what things goes on. So this boy was asking me, you are this or that, Vijay or Ajit. So I was thinking that, so Krishna knows that people are attracted in Kali Yuga in two things. One is romance, second is sex. One is romance, second is violence, fight. So these are the most attractive thing in the Kali Yuga, especially material world, especially Kali Yuga. So what Krishna did, he through these two things, Krishna gave the highest teaching. So I wrote pinnacle of spirituality in the peak of politics. So what is pinnacle of spirituality? In one sense, Bhagavad Gita. And where did Krishna give that? He's a strategy. Krishna is the best businessman, best politician. That he released his marketing where? In the battlefield, when both parties are about to quarrel and everybody is watching. The sages were wondering what is going to happen. The saints were wondering what is going to be the outcome of this war. And what to speak of other all the kings are assembled over there. All the citizens of the planet, they are wondering what is going to happen. So everybody's attention is in this quarrel. At that time, Krishna opened his shop. That I have come here to sell my product. What is the product? Sarva dharman paridhyajya mamekam sharanam vraja. So that is Krishna's simultaneously is a strategic, at the same time is compassion. So sometimes we are compassionate, but if you don't know strategy, you can't do things. So Radhesham Prabhu is best in strategy also, compassion also, yes, And sometimes you have strategy, but you don't have compassion, So all the business people, they do their business, but no compassion, exploitation. So Krishna is the best example of a statesman who is a strategist as well as a person of compassion. So that's how the Gita was born in the battlefield of Kurukshetra to a politician when they were about to fight. Now, at the same time, why I'm talking about that is that Uddhava Gita, Krishna spoke that in a different place, different format, different scenario. So when you are doing something in front of the public, in front of for the common people, that product has a different kind of nature, and something you are doing in a very secluded place to a particular person who is very close to you in a very secluded place, that has a different flavor. So Gita, Bhagavad Gita, it is Gopi Pranadana Prabhu. We are discussing our Vidyapitam. Sorry, I'm not sticking to only one shloka, but we'll try to cover it up. This chapter is anyway mystic siddhis. Whole chapter is. So there is one important thing called Sangati in Shastric studies. That's very helpful for all the Shastric studies. What is Sangati mean? Sangati means, any of you know what is Sangati means? Huh? Okay. So here the Sangati, association is also have the meaning. Sangati means connection. So Sadhu Sangati means connection with the sadhus. Sangati as such is a connection. So when you say Sadhu Sangati, it is association of connection with the devotees. It can be Asat Sangati also. So Sangati means connection. So that's without Sangati, if somebody studies Shastra, then it is not considered as a proper way of studying Shastra. So there has to be a Sangati. And Sangatis have different varieties of Sangatis are there. Just like you build, this wall is built, this building is built. So every brick is separate piece. But those bricks are connected with a cement, correct? The cement connects one brick to another brick, different blocks. If the cement is not there, the building is there, but how it will be? It is not connected to each other, it can disintegrate, There is no connection. So, just like the cement connects one brick to another brick, similarly, the Shastras can be like bricks. And when we study Shastra, the connections has to be learned properly. That is called as Sangati. So these connections many varieties of Sangatis are there. One Sangati is called as Shastrayor Madhye Sangati. There is a Sangati between one Shastra and another Shastra. Shastrayor Sangati. So is not a quotation, so there is a Sangati between one Shastra and another Shastra. That Sangati should be known. And there is a Sangati within one Shastra, there is Sangati between different parts of the same Shastra. Like Gita, we got 3 sections, correct? 3 parts. First 6, second, middle 6, last 6. That is inside one Shastra, there is Sangati has to be learnt. And there are also Sangati within one section also there is Sangati between one chapter to another chapter. That is Adhyaya Sangati. Also there are Sangatis, Adhikarana Sangatis. Adhikarana, Vedanta Sutra, we go Adhikaranas. So one particular theme to another theme. What is the connection? Why this theme came after next theme? That is called Adhikarana Sangati. Sometimes there can be Sangati within one shloka, between the first two lines and second two lines. Sometimes Sangati could be there between one part of the line to the second part of the line. So this is called different Sangatis are there. So then when we study Shastra, first we should know what is the Sangati between the previous Shastra we studied and to this Shastra. So like Gopi Paranadhana Prabhu gave this particular Sangati which I liked it. So he said, why not we study Bhagavatam first, then Gita? Though we distribute books, anybody can take any books, Prabhupada books, but that will not be the case if the purports are not there. Because Prabhupada wrote purports, we distribute either Bhagavatam or Gita or Chaitanya Charitamrita, any book you take. Why? Because Prabhupada giving the purports such a way that any new person can get access to it. But as a Shastra itself, that the Krama, the particular order is that one should study Gita first, then come to Bhagavatam. So what is the Sangati between these two? Why not the other way? Why we studied Bhakti Shastri, all of you done, correct? Bhagavad Gita, then we came to Bhagavatam. So the reason is that the Bhagavad Gita is the book of Sambandha Jnana, as Gopi Prabhu was telling us. So Bhagavad Gita teaches us the Sambandha Jnana. Other Sampradayas, they don't consider Gita as... Gita is considered one of the highest book. But Prabhupada often quotes Bhagavad Gita is like a ABCD, correct? So I was always surprised. Gita ko ABCD bol rahe Prabhupada. So how can you call Gita's ABCD? So because we have a Bhagavatam, So others, they don't discriminate like that. I never heard Sri Vaishnavas or Madhvas telling Gita is like, So they, for them, Mahabharata is higher than Bhagavatam. And in the Mahabharata there is Gita, So anyway, so why we say Bhagavad Gita? Because Bhagavad Gita is a beginner's book, because Bhagavad Gita gives us the Sambandha Jnana. So it talks a lot of Sambandha understanding. Who is Jiva, who is Prakriti, what is Kala, Karma, Ishvara, 5 topics are discussed, all the basic foundations are laid. So once Sambandha is laid, then the question comes that how one can revive that Sambandha. So if you want to know Sambandha Jnana, if you want to know any Sambandha, what we require, let me, instead of just me only talking, let us do some probing. For just like that, no need to think so much about Shastra. It's a common sense. What all we should need in order to understand any Sambandha. Any of you. Sambandha means there is Sambandha not just technically what we understand. Sambandha between Jiva and Krishna. Any Sambandha. What all one should need to have in order to understand any Sambandha. So for example, there is a family of husband, boy family and girl family, their relationship. Sambandha is established, correct? Any Sambandha. Yes, Prabhu. Let me ask like this, how many of you have an idea what all we need to know, have in order to know this or understand Sambandha, what all we need to have? You can raise your hand. How many of you have idea on this? Okay. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Who is that person? The person whom you have the Sambandha, who is that person? What is his caliber? What are his power? Who am I actually? What is my position? Because what kind of Sambandha I have to have established with who, first of all, who am I?
Okay.
Who is that person? And then after that, what kind of Sambandha I can have with him?
Yeah, nice. So I need to know the other person. Yes, very nice. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So for Sambandha, there are minimum 2 people required.
Yeah.
That is the first thing.
Yes.
And then there should be some common goal or common thing between them to establish the Sambandha.
Fantastic.
This is required.
Yeah, nice. You want to say, Prabhu?
Yeah, so we have to spend time for that person to establish Sambandha.
Yeah.
Without time, Sambandha.
So we need to spend time and we have to know what kind of relation we have. So, this is how when we study Chaitanya Shikshamrita, beautiful book, we heard about Dashamulaka, right? So interesting book. It's one of the very important book of Chaitanya Shikshamrita. So there, Bhaktivinoda Thakur speaks about, the 10 subject matter. So in that, I saw the order. It is not there in the book, but this is what I understood that before Bhaktivinoda Thakur brings out the sambandha, he speaks about 7 things. So I was wondering why he is doing like that. What is our sambandha between us and Krishna? If somebody asks you, what is our sambandha between us and Krishna? What answer? Jivar Swarupe Krishna Raditya Das. So dasatva is a sambandha. What else? Amsha Amshi Bhava is another sambandha. What else? Sevya Sevaka Bhava. Niyamya Niyamaka Bhava. We are controlled, Krishna is controller. Pita Putra Bhava. Krishna is our Bija, Aham Bija Prada Pita, we are his sons. Amsha Amshi Bhava, this is our relationship. And what else? Something I am expecting. Yes, bro. Okay, Vibhu, infine. Okay, Vibhu Anubhava, okay. Friend, he is the relations of friendship.
Online, Guruji, can we share?
Oh, I forgot about online. My pranams to all the online devotees also. The Akashvani is coming. Yes, please. Who is?
Dominator, and we are being the dominated.
Dominator and dominated. Predominated and predominated. Nice.
Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam.
Yes. But the most important, none of you are saying. We're surprised.
Atma Atmeshwara.
Atma
Atmeshwara.
Atma Atmiya.
Atmeshwara.
Atmeshwar, okay. Master, servant, similar. But what Mahaprabhu is telling, what is the relation between us and Krishna? If we, His Holiness Ranath Maharaj gave a recent class in Chowpatty on this topic only, for 3 hours. What is our Mahaprabhu's Siddhanta? That's what the sambandha, technically speaking. What is the relation between us and Krishna? Bheda, abheda. Achintya, that's primarily that's what we should say. So, the relationship between us and Krishna is that of oneness and difference, simultaneous oneness and difference, and which is inconceivable, isn't it? That's what all the Siddhantas are coming up. So we say Ramanujacharya, he speaks Vishishtadvaita, Madhva is Dvaita. These are all the Siddhantas. What is Siddhantas all about? The Siddhanta is all about relationship between Jiva and Krishna, correct? Relationship between material world and Krishna, Sambandha. So in order to get the Sambandha Jnana, what we should know, as Prabhuji said nicely, the Sambandha Jnana is depend on Sambandhi Jnana. Sambandhi, Sambandha, 2 words are there. What is Sambandha? Sambandha means relationship. What is Sambandhi? Sambandhi means related. Related personalities, people or things. So, is it any possibility of striking a relationship, Sambandha, without knowing the related things or Sambandhi Padarthas? So it's a Sambandhi Padartha is a common word. So Sambandha Jnana is Sambandhi Padartha Jnana Adhina. Adhina means dependence. So the Sambandha Jnana is depending on Sambandhi Jnana. So unless a person know the understanding of Sambandhi, Sambandha cannot be understood. Just like the child knows that this is my mother and I am so and so. As he said, that I know who am I and I know this lady takes care of me. I have born from her, so this is my mother, the relation develops. The same relation not developed with the neighbor's lady, So, without sambandhi jnana is not possible. So, that sambandhi jnana is, foundation is given in which Shastra? Sambandhi. What are the sambandhi involved in marital relationship? That's all. Families, girl side, boy side, Father, girl's father, mother, your father, mother, her, she, these are all the sambandhis. Unless sambandhis are involved, the sambandha cannot be understood properly. Similarly, when we talk about the sambandha of us and Krishna, that sambandha is called achintya bheda sambandha, correct? So, in order to understand this sambandha called achintya bheda, what are the requirements, what are things a person should know? This is a sambandha, correct? So, this is a sambandha. So, sambandha jnana is what adhina? Sambandhi jnana adhina. So, here what is the sambandha and what are the sambandhis? Sambandhi means related, correct? I thought we'll also learn some Shastric approach also. Anyway, if you have difficulty, first time I'm interacting with all of you. In case any difficulty, we'll change gear, different things. What is sambandhi means? Related. So, what are the related subjects in the sambandha of achintya bheda? Simple, that's all correct. So, what are the related people or personalities? We should not say personality because personality means you'll get the answer. That's why when you ask question, sometimes English helps easily, Sanskrit sometimes difficult, You have to use a linga, that by that you'll know you're asking about the male. So in English, who is, what things you can say, person, but if you say in Hindi, who is, sometimes. So anyway, what are the sambandhi involved in achintya bheda tattva and sambandha? Krishna and Supreme Lord. Krishna, Supreme Lord and Jiva. You can also use the Prakriti. The relation between these three things is called as achintya bheda tattva, correct? So, unless we understand these three, we cannot understand the sambandha. So, Bhagavad Gita as a sambandha shastra, because before knowing the sambandha, Gita gives us the clear understanding of these three. What are the three? So that's why in the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada gives the definition of knowledge. What is the definition of knowledge according to Gita? Yes, Prabhu. Very good, correct. Actually, many places I ask this question, many devotees they don't know, but this is a basic, we used to say MSc, isn't it? Knowledge means to know matter, spirit and control or both, Obviously, here, Pune devotee, all scholarly devotees, preachers, and definitely will answer. So, knowledge means to know matter, spirit and controller of both. So, in Gita, what we get? The 5 subject matter. Jiva, Ishvara, Prakriti. So, karma is involved because in the activities of the Jiva, Kala. So, this has been explained thoroughly in the Gita. So, Sambandhi, Jnana, first given, and also the relationship between the Sambandhi, that's called the Sambandha. That's why Gita is a Shastra called Sambandha Shastra, correct? So, having understood the Sambandha, of course, Gita also speaks about Abhidheya also, all throughout Gita, Bhakti is emphasized. But is primarily, this influence is more of the Sambandha Jnana. So, when Sambandhi Padartha is understood, then Sambandha is understood, then activities corresponding to the Sambandha is called the next item. So, the boy's family is different, the girl's family is different, but once the Sambandha is established, whatever, nowadays what they call betrothal and then marriage, whatever happens. So then, the activities will not be the same like before, correct? The girl has to behave differently to the boy now. The boy has to behave different to the girl now. The family behave each other in a different way. So that is called the activities corresponding to the sambandha. So in simple term, that is called as abhideya. So now next shastra, why I am talking about the sangati, So the next shastra, Srimad Bhagavatam, it focuses more on the activities according to the sambandha, which is spoken in the Gita. So, then Bhagavatam doesn't speak about sambandha or what? Yeah, of course, it also speaks about sambandha, but it's primarily what speaks about. Okay, according to that sambandha, you said one sambandha is dasya bhava, master and servant. Then how a person should act on that sambandha? We have Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, correct? That sambandha is that of a maintained and maintainer, So how Krishna is a maintainer, how Krishna takes care of Parikshit Maharaj in his womb. So Krishna is a maintainer, So like that activities of the activities correspond to the sambandha discussed elaborately in Bhagavatam throughout all the cantos. That's why after Gita we come to study Bhagavatam, because it's more of an abhidhaya grantha. Then next is what? Any activity we do, that has to be prayojana. So where is a prayojana is discussed in a very elaborate and more deep way. That is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Of course, Bhagavatam also, Prema Pumarto Mahani, it speaks about the prayojana. But the Bhagavatam's prayojana is brought forward in a very clear and deeper way in Chaitanya Charitamrita, correct? So that's why Chaitanya Charitamrita is, we can call that as a book of prayojana. So that's the reason that the progress in our day-to-day life, I'm not talking about the Shastra, in the material world, in our Vivahara world also, that first a person knows the sambandhis, then he strikes a sambandha relationship, then he acts according to that relationship, and then he gets benefited acting according to the relationship. This is how the progress. So many times when we study Shastra, we also bring forward the worldly view to the Shastra also. Why? So that we understand and we say that the Shastra is not opposite to the world. It's not that we have to all the time prove the Shastra is against the world. That's why the Mayavadis have difficulty. They go against the worldly perception. But Vaishnava Siddhanta is very much in tune with the worldly perception also. Unless there is necessary, we don't deny the worldly perception. And the world says the fire is hot. Everybody experiences, correct? And he said Shastra will come and tell, oh, fire is cold. There is not business of the Shastra to contradict worldly view. If it does, then Shastra will become invalid. So the pratyaksha is not contradicted by the Shabda. So pratyaksha is a pramana. When we say water is liquid, the Shastra will not say water is hard. Or when Shastra, when world is saying that worldly perception, the fire is hard, Shastra will also tell the same thing. It will not contradict. Okay. So now, in this way, the world works by sambandha jnana, then sambandhi, then action, then the result. Similarly, in the Shastra also, we see here that similar thing is adopted. Rather, spiritual world is being adopted by the material world, because we have to go from here and come from there. Because we are here, we are going from here, but come from the spiritual world. So that's why it's called Adi Rasa, in the first canto, Prabhupada writes in the purport. So first is the Bhagavad Gita Shastra, by which the ABCD. Why it is ABCD? Sambandhi padarthas are described, and sambandha is more or less understood, that what is the relationship between Krishna and we, and our relationship between us and the material world, and then what are the activities one should perform according to the sambandha. That is discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam, and because this is for those who have understood their relationship with Krishna, and so for that reason, Krishna did not publicly speak this to everybody. He speaks to Uddhava in a private place. Gita is like a open call. Come here. Your relationship with the world is not what you think. It is temporary. You think you are this body. You think that you have got abheda relationship with the body, dehatma buddhi. But that is illusion. You are not this. The world think they are the body, correct? But that the relationship is wrong relationship. Rather, your relationship with your body is that of a bheda. It is different. But your relationship with the God is that of a bheda and abheda. So that is been discussed in the Gita. In this way, Krishna is giving opportunity. He is giving an open advertisement that he is establishing a relationship between Jivas and Krishna and himself. That's why he chose the battlefield and he openly announced it. Now, whoever is getting attracted to that particular, Krishna's offer, then those candidates, just like we do one-time program, we do it for everybody, correct? So that is like a open come. But then whoever is understood some one-time program, then there will be separate program for them, correct? So Bhagavatam is like that sense, it goes the further Abhidheya category. So that's the relationship between Uddhava, Arjuna Gita and Uddhava Gita. So in that sense, Krishna expanding based on the teachings of the Gita. So in the Gita, in the 6th chapter, Krishna speaks about Dhyana Yoga, correct? Ashtanga Yoga, he speaks about, 8 limbs of the yoga. And here, further elaboration is given here. Anyway, this is some kind of introduction before entering into the chapter.
Question?
Yes, Prabhu.
That what is exactly you say this Vishishta Advait appears to be same like Achintya Bheda. There also they say simultaneously one and different.
Yes.
So then Achintya Bheda and Vishishta Advait, what is the difference?
Yeah. So that will take us to. I'll touch upon this topic. Yes. Yes.
Now he is also sharing the Abhideya part of Bhagavatam. This Uddhava Gita.
Yeah, of course. The Bhagavatam as a full grantha, it's concentrating more on Abhideya. Then the Sambandha is there, but it is more of a book on the Abhideya.
So Uddhava Gita is also more like
Abhideya. Of course, because if you see Uddhava's teaching to Krishna's teaching to Uddhava, he speaks a lot about bhakti. I think it will be coming before itself. Bhakti
chapter. Before also he speaks, but 20.
Yeah, chapter coming. So when we speak about Abhideya, one cannot. The Sambandha Abhideya are interconnected, as we discussed before. That the activities corresponding to Sambandha means again and again you have to keep reminded. After marriage also, the mother-in-law will tell, "Tera pati hai, samjho." Your patni hai, usko kyal rakho. ऐसा बोलते हैं ना घर में. So you have to get reminded. So it's not that Sambandhi discussion should not be there in the Abhideya Grantha. It's not like that. So here again and again Krishna speaks about this also. But primarily why we are recommending Gita first, because it is primarily a book of Sambandha Jnana. And Bhagavatam also it elaborates on those topics. So it gives more detail on Sambandhi as well as more emphasis on the Abhideya part. Is that? So Vishishtadvaita will discuss that topic. Okay. Let us go next verse or something. Shri Uddhava Vacha. We just recite? Okay. Shri Uddhava Vacha Kaya Dharanaya Kasvit Katham Va Siddhirachyuta Kativa Siddhayo Brohi Yoginam Siddhido Bhavan.
Hare Krishna. Sri Uddhava said, "My dear Lord Achyuta, by what process can mystic perfection be achieved And what is the nature of such perfection? How many mystic perfections are there? Please explain these things to me. Indeed, you are the bestower of all mystic perfection.
So, Uddhava is asking question to Krishna. So, and it not necessarily that questions are answered by Krishna according to the order in which Uddhava is asking. In Gita also we see here, correct? So, even though Uddhava is a Bhakti yogi, he is convinced of Bhakti yoga's greatness of Bhakti yoga, still he is asking these things because this is Uddhava has to do a part of that's like Arjuna is asking questions about Karma Yoga, he is asking questions about other different paths also, so that the audience will get benefited either for two reasons. One is that how difficult is other processes, and also how lower is other processes, and how they are difficult to achieve, and how even though other processes are depending on Krishna. So in this way, others will also get benefited, and from Uddhava's side, he will also get to know Krishna's glories, that without Krishna's help, it is either it is mystic yoga, or it is karma yoga, or it is jnana yoga, or bhakti yoga, that you need to have Krishna's help. Bhakti yoga means Krishna into it, definitely. But other yogas also, one cannot do away with Krishna. Krishna is indeed, just like Yudhishthira Maharaj, he performed Rajasuya sacrifice. For what? Not that he wanted to know Krishna is glorious, he wanted to show to the world Krishna is glorious. So in this way, certain questions are also for the others' benefit and also bring forth Krishna's greatness. So many reasons are there. These are some of the reasons. So here are the questions. Kaya dharanaya kasvit. So how many, first question is that, what is the nature of such perfection? How many mystics perfections are there? Please explain these things to me. This is a question. Okay, next. Let's see what Krishna says. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Siddhayoshtada Saprokta Dharana Yoga Paragaihi Tasamasto Mat Pradhana Das Gunahetavaha.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the masters of the yoga system have declared that there are 18 types of mystic perfection and meditation, of which 8 are primary, having their shelter in me, and 10 are secondary, appearing from the material mode of goodness.
So, Krishna immediately, he is talking about the vibhaga, the category, how many numbers. So, generally, we should give some break or something. What is the procedure here for classes? Okay.
Morning time when we have meeting,
Okay.
now we have only 2.5 hours.
Okay. So generally, two things are there in the Shastra. One is called explaining a particular thing. Second is called putting that into category. So putting into category is called vibhaga. Just like if I say there are 3 varieties of mango: Alfonso, Pairi, Kesar. But if I say 3 varieties of mango directly to the kid, is it proper? Because the kid doesn't even know what is mango, correct? So mango means a nice fruit, very sweet. That's called Vastu Nirdesha. That has to be explained. Then Vibhaga makes sense. That's why anybody does Vibhaga directly without explaining what is what, they are considered as improper speaker or teacher. So here in one sense, Krishna is talking directly the Vibhaga. Ashtadas Siddhayo Ashtadasa Prokta. So it may appear that why he is directly giving the Vibhaga without explaining things. It's not a proper, but this here the understanding is that Uddhava is speaking, and Uddhava knows what are the siddhis. Siddhis means what? So having understood here the siddhis means mystical perfection, Vastu is already known, so then we can go for Vibhaga. So it is not improper that the siddhi is known. Why? Because the audience, the person who is hearing the question, knows what is siddhis. Even the audience who are already learned, Bhagavatam is a Shastra which is coming in the category of postgraduate study, correct? So postgraduate students should be knowing the previous subject matter. So Vibhaga can be done without even going to the explanation. So these are some understanding. So here, Ashtadasha is a Vibhaga. Ashtadasha means there are 18 total siddhis are there. 18 mystic perfection meditation. 8 are primary. So now, if I say that there are, how the Vibhaga is also done, first the bigger number is spoken. So if you say that the cloths are, polyester cloth and there is a nylon cloth, So if you say directly the polyester cloth have 5 varieties. One is thin, another is thick, another is soft, like that. And then afterward you say, and there are also cloths like polyester, there is cotton, and there is khadi. So there is order is improper because you went more detail into polyester and then you are going to the upper category, correct? So first the 18 is upper category. Total 18 are there. Of the 18, then come to the lower category, 8. And what are those 8? So this is a krama. So Krishna is a teacher here. So this also we can understand how a teacher should be teaching to his students. Instead of confusing, one should go proper order. So first, delineation of a subject matter. Okay. Delineation subject matter means what? A flower is something called fragrant, soft thing. Then after explaining what is flower, then such flowers have many varieties. Then jasmine, rose, like that. If you immediately say to the LKG kid, jasmine, rose, marigold, these are varieties of flowers. So kya bol raha samajh mein nahi aata. This is a burden of thing, So we have to explain what is flower. Delineation of subject matter. Then there is bigger vibhaga, then lower vibhaga, and then it should be gradually, so that the person, the brain of the intelligence of a simple komala child also is not getting disturbed or confused, and they don't get a distaste for the Shastra. So the teacher's methodology here. So first Ashtadasha Prokta, then after that, then Krishna divided that into 10 plus 8. So the 8 are, of the 18, there are 8 are primary, and 10 are secondary, correct? This is a Vibhaga. Okay, 8 is a shorter, smaller number, 10 is a greater number. So, and Krishna could have done 10 first, then 8 later. Why? Because 1 is number category, 8 is less number, 10 is greater number. But other than that, the 8 is also primary, which has shelter in himself, So that's why he is going in that order. So most important thing should be explained first, then the second things. Okay. The word mat pradhana. Mat pradhana, Krishna speaking that ashtav mat pradhana. What is mat pradhana here means that Lord Krishna is naturally the shelter of the 8 primary mystic potencies, and meditation because such perfections emanate from the Lord's personal potency, and thus they are fully developed only within the Lord himself and the Lord's personal associates. So Mat Pradhana, Krishna is speaking. So even though Uddhava is not interested in the mystic potencies, neither they are integral part of the bhakti, but what is the relation here? Mat Pradhana, Krishna's devotees wanted to hear about Krishna in various relationship Krishna has with other things. The devotees are not interested in hearing about some kings, but they are interested in hearing about Yudhishthir. So he is ruling. Why? Because Yudhishthir is related to Krishna. So, as I said, the Bhagavatam is not so much interested in Nala Damayanti, even though they are great kings, but they are more interested in Yudhishthira and Draupadi, even though they are like qualities are very similar, right? Yes, but one is related to Krishna. So, Mat Pradhana, because it is related to Krishna, one can discuss about these things are also, even though they are not directly related to Bhakti. And then Krishna, after giving there are 8, and then he is going to explain what are those 8. Next verse, 4, 5. Anima mahima murter laghima praptirindriyaihi prakamyam shrutadrishtesho shakti preyaranam ishita guneshva sango vashita yakamat tattavasyati etame siddhaya somya ashta utpatti kamataha.
Among the 8 primary mystic perfections, the 3 by which one transforms one's own body are anima, becoming smaller than the smallest, mahima, becoming greater than the greatest, and laghima, becoming lighter than the lightest. Through the perfection of prapti, one acquires whatever one desires, and through the prakamya siddhi, one experiences any enjoyable object, either in this world or the next. Through ishita siddhi, one can manipulate the sub-potencies of maya, and through the controlling potency called vashita siddhi, one is impeded by the 3 modes of one is unimpeded by the 3 modes of nature. One who has acquired Kama Vashayita Siddhi can obtain anything from anywhere to the highest possible limit. My dear gentle Uddhava, these 8 mystic perfections are considered to be naturally existing and unexcelled within this world. We have some question, right? Previous question.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for telling the analogy of cement. It was very deep actually, that how Shastra and how Krishna is such a nice teacher. Thank you so much for telling that. My question is, it may come in future, but as Krishna is telling here that mat kamana, they are coming from me, and the disciples of Prabhupada or maybe Gopi Pranadhan Prabhu is writing that they are from internal potency, Lord's personal potency. So how they are like they are not material, like that is written by Vishwanath Chakri Thakur. So how is it that they appear to be material but they are not material?
Oh, these potencies. So you are talking about how this internal potency came from the original shloka?
Vishwanath Chakri Thakur commentary is only referred by the Acharya.
Mat Pradhana, na, that word.
Mat Pradhana. So here Vishwanath Chakri Thakur is saying that they are perfect in me, arising from my Swarup Shakti. They are not material. In others, by sadhana, those siddhis manifest to lesser or degree, like that he is saying.
Yeah. So what is your question that?
It appears to me that they are material, and here Swarup Shakti is being told.
Yeah. So these mystic siddhis, they are eternally present in Krishna. So if you say the spiritual world lila, you will see all these mystic potencies are naturally there. In what sense? Just like if in Vrindavan lila, Krishna wants that Srimati Radharani should search for flowers. So the flower may be there and the flower disappears. So she'll be searching for flowers and Krishna would bring it. So it was there but it disappears. So Krishna makes it disappears and he brings it in front of her and she'll be very happy that Krishna gave me the flowers. Just crude example I'm saying. Like that simultaneously the time factor doesn't have a control in Krishna's planet, Goloka. So Krishna can order simultaneously arising of sun and moon for performing pastime. In the summer season, he may bring spring season, So these are all the mystic potencies. So this is originally in the spiritual world. The devotees are, they can disappear at wills, and they can, for the pleasure of Krishna's pastimes. So in this way, these mystic potencies are material if it is disconnected with Krishna. But they are spiritual, they can natad bhashayatu surya shashanko na pavaka. This is mysticism. Everybody is emanating light from their body. Every object is effulgent in spiritual world. There is no need of a sun. Sun comes for just for Krishna's desire. They are not depending on sun. So these are all the mystics in the sense it is mysticism here, but that is natural in Krishna's place. So in that sense, all these things are present there. Just like that's why, even the demons are such a mystic siddhis. So, like once Maharaj said, if Putana used to have to come here, or these demons, all these so-called gods, they'll run away, and this will be a greater god than any of these, so-called Babas and Anandas like that. So in that sense, that's what I understand. Anybody else have any other idea on this? Does that make sense? Okay, that is Mat Pradhana. Okay, that's nice. You noticed Mat Pradhana is a word there. So here, in this shloka, Krishna is going to each and every, now what is Siddhi is understood, then Vibhaga is done, 18, and after Vibhaga is done, then every Vibhaga, the 10 is taken as the 8 is taken as a primary, and then Krishna is explaining what are those 8. He is listing it out, correct? So first one should tell the number. There are 3 varieties of cloth. Then if you jump without telling what are 3 varieties, so next subject, and the student's mind, it will be, there is a gap. What could be the 3? You will not hear the next word totally. So Krishna, having spoken that, now he is enumerating those individual category, correct? What are those 8 things? So the 8 first is Anima, Mahima, Laghima. We hear very often, correct? And that is being explained. Anima, Mahima, Murte, Laghima. So the Anima, Mahima, Laghima are in one category because that is related with the Murti. That's a Murte. What is Murte means? Of the body. So body can be, Anima means smaller, and Mahima is bigger. Laghima means it's based on the weight, correct? So remember, already Anima is given, so why we need Laghima? So in this world, also some object may be small, but they are heavier than the bigger object, correct? Example, iron ball, correct? Density. So being Laghima or being in Anima, not necessarily it can be Laghima. Anu not necessarily has to be Laghu. Anu means smaller in size, but not necessarily has to be lesser in weight. So that's why there is separate category called Laghima. So the Atma is Anu, but the body can be smaller than the mountain, or the iron ball is smaller than the ship, but the iron ball can sink in the water, correct? So in that sense, the Anima and Laghima are different category. So Laghima means irrespective of the dimension, it is talking about the weight of the thing. That's why it is different category. And Anima is talking about the size only. It can be either heavy or small or light. It's not corresponding to that. Mahima talks about, irrespective of its weight, it talks about the the pervasive nature, the size actually. So corresponding to this, there are okay, let us not go there. I'll be carried away. Okay, we'll go ahead. So Anima, Mahima, Laghima refers to the Murti. That means the body. That's in the first 3 category. And after that, Prakamyam. Praptar Indriyehi Prakamyam. So what is Prakamyam means? That which can be achieved with a desire, that is Prakamyam. And the prapti is done through the indriyas. One may say that, oh, on the mind only I will think that. I also have prakamya. How? That in the mind only I will think that I am eating gulab jamun. So that is not prakamya. Prakamya means praptir indriyahi. Indriyahi is in the tritiya vibhakti. Through the senses one should do prapti, not through the mind. So that's why it is explained here, how the translation goes. Through the perfection of prapti one acquires whatever one desires, correct? So the prapti is through the senses. That is called prapti, not just by by mentally. So mental prapti is different, indriya prapti is different. So we are getting, like Prabhupada gives example that when he was a small boy, his father used to bring so many sadhus, so many things. Many of them are, Kali Chalas. But some are very interesting also. He would say, one sadhu can bring pomegranate from Kabul, correct? And he would bring, he would show like that, So that is called prapti siddhi. And that prapti is not, oh, I got a pomegranate from Kabul. Where it is there in my mind, I can also tell that. But prapti indriyahi. So that is interesting. So now, what is prakamya? Prakamya siddhi, one experience any enjoyable object either in this world or in the next. So prakamya siddhi is also, what is the difference between prapti and prakamya? That prapti means it has to be with your, in the indriyas, the senses has to involve in that, you have to get it in front of personally, and the pratyaksha is visible. But prakamya means it is not necessarily it has to be visible, one can even enjoy the subtle things, just like a person is watching a scene going on in the neighbor's country. So it's not that he has to bring forth to the others, but he can even experience just by his will. So prakamya siddhi, in that sense, he experienced any enjoyable object either in this world or in the next. So the experience not necessarily has to be involve the external indriyas. Mana indriya, there are two kinds of indriyas, isn't it? What are two kinds of senses? No, that is different category. Indriyas are divided into two. External senses, internal sense. So external senses, external senses how many? External senses are 10. Jnanendra, Karmendra. Internal senses is? How many senses total? 8, 10. How many senses? So total 11 senses. So mind is called antarindriya, internal senses, and the rest 10 are external senses. And that external senses is divided into two: jnanendriya, karmendriya, knowledge acquiring senses and working senses. Correct. So like that, prakamya siddhi, it appears that it can involve even mind also. But prapti is not just the mind; it has to be external senses also gets involved. Prakamya siddhi also external senses can get involved, but not necessarily. That's what I am understanding. Okay. Otherwise, it looks similar. Correct? Yeah. Okay. Next is through Ishta Siddhi, one can manipulate the sub-potencies of Maya, and through the controlling potency called Vasita Siddhi, one is unimpeded by the three modes of nature. Vasita Siddhi, If you go to Himalaya, you will see so many yogis I saw somebody sent a video where a yogi is walking in the ice with wearing kaupin and he is just lying on the ice only. So they are unimpeded with the modes of nature. Okay. Then next is Kama Vasayita Siddhi. One can obtain anything from anywhere to the highest possible limit. So maybe subtle difference between this and Prapti. My dear gentle Uddhava, these 8 mystic perfections are considered to be naturally existing and unexcelled within this world. Okay. So next verse will go. Anurmimatvam dehesmin dhurashravanadarsanam manojavah kama rupam parakaya praveshanam swachchanda mrityurdevanam saha kridanudarshanam yatha sankalpa samsiddhir ajnana pratihata gati.
The 10 secondary mystic perfection arising from the modes of nature are the powers of freeing oneself from hunger and thirst and other bodily disturbances, hearing and seeing things far away, moving the body at the speed of the mind, assuming any form one desires, entering the bodies of others, dying when one desires, witnessing the pastimes between the demigods and celestial girls called Apsaras, completely executing one's determination and giving order whose fulfillment is unimpeded.
Hare Krishna, wish how it will be easy to get this in this. One time I was going to Vidyapeetham, Govardhan Vidyapeetham, to study with Gopiparanadana Prabhu. I went to Jananivas Prabhu and asked him his blessings. Prabhu, this is that they are telling me to go there to study. So then one time when he was told that they were trying to send me to New York for some program, So Gauranga Prabhu he told me to bring passport. My passport is arranged, everything got, That time getting passport is another tough challenge. I become a guinea pig to get first passport. At least in my case, some devotee is experimenting with me. So then this was told to Jananivas Prabhu, Pangajanga Prabhu. Nityanand they are sending him to New York. So then I was not there, but I was said he said that, what? He's going to New York? Like something like a baby is entering into the fire, how the parents will feel. So he was really concerned, what will happen. Same thing he did for Gauranga Prabhu also when they were first time went to UK. Hey, you are going to Maya. So we're very careful. So this is one of the confirmation for me that how dangerous for me to enter into this area. So he was feeling very disturbed. What will happen to him when he's going to New York, the place of Maya and all these things. Nowadays, many of you are also going, all strong devotees. And I am very fragile, that's why he was having concern. So then next thing came that I am going to learn some thing from this Gopiparanadana Prabhu, Sanskrit and all these things. So then, I asked him blessings, Prabhuji, like this, I have been told to do this seva. Then he said, okay, be careful about acidity. You also wondering that the same thing happened to me also. Acidity, what is acidity? So I thought he is telling about Vrindavan. Vrindavan, lot of, the climate. One devotee told me Vrindavan means you have to be diseased. And what the reason he gave? He said Kaviraj Goswami stayed there. He writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I got 5 kinds of disease. So he said, Vrindavan means there is always some disease goes on, climate-wise, all these things. So I thought he's talking about acidity, very hard water and this like that. So I said, yes, Prabhuji, but I have heard that they are arranging, Vidyapeetham, Gopiparanadana Prabhu arranging nice prasadam, nice facilities for the students who are staying there, And many Westerners also come there, very good facilities. So he said, careful about acidity. So then I gave up, Prabhuji, I don't understand the cryptic understanding, please guide me to how to understand this. So then I realized he's not talking about that acidity, we take Digin or, some medicine to, cure this digestion problem. He said that you should be careful about acidity, means he said that there is 2 things. Siddhikami, Muktikami, Bhuktikami. So the Siddhi is what happens that he said that the Siddhis have no limits you can become more and more perfect, most perfect, then most perfect, most perfect. You can go on like that. So he said, so you are going to study some Sanskrit, then you will say that, oh, I am not yet accomplished, I want to study some more. Then you will study further and you will keep on doing like this. Then what happens? And the Yamaraj will not wait that, oh yes, I got one more chapter remaining to study in Sanskrit, so please give me 6 more months. No, he will immediately take you. Then what will happen? Next life, you will be born in a nice Goswami family, Brahmana family. You never even smelled onion garlic in your life, and you never even know what is, speaking bad about others. You'll be so pure, and the teacher has to teach you once 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. You will memorize immediately at the age of 6 only. All the shlokas are memorized. Then you will study Harinama with Vyakaran or Panini Vyakaran, 3-4 Vyakaran at a time in the age of 12 only. So then, and by the time you are come to 15-16 years old, you will be mastery in not only Bhagavatam, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, all these books. Then you can be Acharya and initiating many disciples. Then what happened? Oh, still I have this Laghu Bhagavatam, Brihad Bhagavatam is remaining. So then Krishna will, you will die. Next life you will be born not in Kali Yuga, but you will be born in a different Yuga where you will study more Shastras. Then you will become more perfect, and then after that, after 100 lifetime, you will become such a pure person that Krishna will take you back home, back to Goloka Vrindavan. This is one choice. And second choice is that my name is Moodatma Das. I don't know anything. I only know chanting Hare Krishna. I know 4 or 5 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. And I know little Bhagavatam. Krishna, and that I am fool number 1. I just, whoever I am, please accept me. I won't come back to you. What Krishna will tell, oh, Brihad Bhagavatam is remaining. Oh, Panini Vyakaran is remaining. Naya Darshana is remaining. Mimamsa is remaining. When you will study all these things, Krishna, whatever, I know you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am a useless servant. I just want to serve you. And what Mahaprabhu would say, oh, that's all. You are sure you want to come to me? Yes, Krishna, I want to come back to you. Mahaprabhu, okay, come. We can go right now. So he said, acidity. So he said, acidity, asiddhi, So he said, so don't become involved in, you don't become a siddhikami. That siddhikami is called acidity. So acidity ka piche itna sara. So this is what he told me before even before even booked my ticket to go over there. So whatever, and this happened to me. I could not come out for many years. That I went to South India all over, all this. So always Janiyasur tells me, what are you doing? When are you? Come to Mayapur, come to. So many times. Whenever I meet him, he will tell, you have to come. Prabhuji, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, come. So much, at least so many times he personally told me, and whenever I ask him, Prabhuji, any instruction, for half an hour he would not tell anything. And then finally, if I tell you don't follow. तो बाद में नजदीक जाना बंद कर दिया मैं. So then it took finally, anyway, Maharaj has to pull me. He spoke to me for 2 hours. Anyway, it's become too personal. And so then, so the acidity word, So I was remembering that statement of, so siddhikami. So these siddhis are naturally present in Krishna and the devotees. But separately somebody endeavors for siddhi, it is no limit. It can grow more and more and more, and that's what the demons they do. They want to get more and more siddhis. But then, what is the difference between Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad? When Hiranyakashipu was fully into, achieving siddhis, what Prahlad is doing? Hiranyakashipu is one toe, raise his hand, fire is coming from his head. He is doing such a great tapasya. For what? To achieve all these Ashtasiddhis, correct? And that time what Prahlad is doing? he just lying in the womb. Is he doing any tapasya? Yes, okay, FM is on, Narada Muni, MP, whatever, our, online class is on, online listeners, So online started that time only, who is the direct audience? Kayadu, and she is going to sleep, but online, okay, inside somewhere, in the womb, inside, Prahlad is hearing. So now, Prahlad did not separately endeavor from mystic potencies, mystic siddhis. Hiranyakashipu did higher, great endeavor, enduring different climates, enduring fire, heat, cold, winter, summer. What kind of tapasya? His whole flesh is eaten, only bones is surviving. Very nice to see the picture, but can you do it? In GV, in the Radha Vrindan Bihari temple, Parikrama, you see, very nicely they made, You have seen that? Hiranyakashipu is performing tapasya, 3D, only seen Bhagavatam in a picture. That sculpture is there in the 5th canto, in the Vrindan Bihari temple. So recently Pejavar Swami came. So we are taking him around. He saw this sculpture, he was, who is this? So kind of looking at it for a long time. So he did so much hard work. Who? Hiranyakashipu. But with all his achieving so much of perfection in siddhis, is he satisfied? Is he happy? Bhagavatam is always in anxiety, always in anxiety. But Prahlad, he did not endeavor for any of the siddhis. He only did Shravanam Kirtanam. But he was always happy. And Hiranyakashipu's one time Maharaj gave class, Radhanath Maharaj gave a class, he said that Hiranyakashipu is in anxiety and upset, not that he could not kill Prahlad. He was angry and upset because he could not make Prahlad angry towards himself. He could not agitate Prahlad. Arre, kuch to bolo. Always, Suravargya Dehinam, Now and then he'll give some instruction. He could not agitate Prahlad. That made Hiranyakashipu get agitated. So he was peaceful. He was completely happy. And here Hiranyakashipu endeavored. So which is better? That Shravanam Kirtanam, not so much endeavor. And here so much of Gora Tapasya, you got siddhis, but still you are not satisfied, still you are not able to achieve perfection. But Prahlad Maharaj, without endeavoring for the siddhis, he could confront these siddhis. Threw in the fire, Prahlad came out victorious. He threw him under the elephant's leg. He did not separately endeavor for Lagima, Mahima, Anima. But he came out. And here he had all the siddhis, but he could not survive Sringadeva's onslaught. Correct. So, in that sense, I'm just comparing what Jayanyas Prabhu told me, acidity and, Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu. So the difference is that these 10 or 8, it is naturally present in Krishna and the spiritual world and the devotees. And they don't endeavor separately for this. But the non-devotee, they endeavor, but they cannot achieve perfection because they are not devotees of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Next verse. Trikalagyattvam advandvam parachittad abhigyata agni kambu pratistambo parajayaha etas yoga dharana siddhayaha yaya dharanaya yasyad yatha vasyan nibodhame.
The power to know past, present and future, tolerance of heat, cold and other dualities, knowing the minds of others, checking the influence of fire, sun, water, poison and so on, and remaining unconquered by others. These constitute 5 perfections of mystic process of yoga and meditation. I am simply listing these here according to their names and characteristics. Now please learn from me how specific mystic perfections arise from specific meditations and also of the particular process involved.
So here you see we discussed about this particular way of progress of subject matter. So first the delineation has to be done, then there has to be vibhaga has to be made, then sub-vibhagas, subcategory should be known. Then you have to enlist the subcategory. Then you have to explain what are the subcategories. And next thing comes is that what is a way to achieve that. So Krishna, if you tell a small kid or a new person, not only kid, a new person, that if you go to the eastern direction taking a bicycle for 5 kilometers, you will get galabala. I mean, you don't understand what I am saying, correct? So you don't know what is galabala. I also don't know. Just example. So you will be interested in taking the bicycle to drive 5 kilometers. So before you tell the upaya, you should tell before you tell the means, you should tell what is the end. You should know what you are getting. Then you will be inspired to get the means, correct? So now after giving the delineation, the enumeration, then vibhaga, then Krishna is going that how to achieve this perfection, correct? So this is what the teacher has to do. This is how the Shastra also. So here simultaneously Krishna's methodology and Shastra, Bhagavatam also teaching in that way. That's how we should also teach others. Yeah. So now I simply listing this here according to the names and character. Now please learn from me how the specific perfection arises from specific meditation and also the particular process involved. So the process comes later. What comes? Sambandhi understanding, then comes Sambandha Jnana, then comes the process. Isn't it? So this is how the things understood. Okay. Bhuta, next verse. Bhuta sukshmatmani mayi tanmatram dharayen manaha animanam apnoti tanmantra pasako nama.
One who worships me in my atomic form, pervading all subtle elements, fixing his mind on that alone, obtains the mystic perfection called anima.
Okay. Now in rest of the upcoming verses, many verses we will see that these perfections are related to Krishna. Meditating on Krishna, achieving this perfection. So the demons, they endeavor separately without knowing Krishna's connection. But Krishna mercifully gives them. But if you want to really achieve these perfections in a shorter, quickly and perfectly, one should connect Krishna. So Anima Shakti. So Anima means what? That how to become smallest, correct? So for that you have to meditate on Krishna who is present within the Anu. Then you will easily get this, So my atomic form pervading all subtle elements. Andantarastha paramanu chayantarastham govindamadi purusham tamham bhajam. So meditate on. So Krishna is the same one person. The same Krishna, when you approach according to the place he is staying, the result varies. Just place or a form. Just like same Krishna as a Madan Mohan, he does different function. Same Krishna as Govindadev, he does different function. Gopinath, different function. Dhanvantari, he is exhibiting Jivadaya. So Naranarayan Rishi, same Krishna exhibiting the quality of tapas, austerity. So in every same Krishna but different form and different kind of primary function. So like that, same Krishna, but if you worship Krishna, meditate Krishna, do upasana as Krishna present within Anu, then you will also get the quality of that Anu, that becoming that's Shakti of Anima Shakti. Yeah. Paramatma means we have got 3 kinds of Paramatma, correct? Huh? Isn't it? What are the 3 Paramatmas? Huh? Paramatma, yeah.
Anda, for each universe.
Karanadeshaya Vishnu, Kshirodeshaya Vishnu, Garbhodeshaya Vishnu. These are 3 Paramatmas. Kshirodeshaya Vishnu is as a Paramatma present in everybody's heart. Not only in everybody's heart, he is present in every atom also. So, atom, my God, I don't have control over my tongue. Okay, let us go ahead. Otherwise, I will be stuck here. Mahat. No, the thing is.
People argue, is this Paramatma in this? So how we can do it?
Why he is not saying that you should meditate to Paramatma in the heart? Atom Paramatma and this Paramatma are same.
Well, you see, in the atom is considered as an indivisible. And what is atom means? This pen, for example, is made up of avayavas. This is one avayava. This is one avayava. This is one avayava, correct? I can't break it. So all these avayavas comes together, it's become a pen. So you take this avayava. These are also many avayavas. This lead is one avayava. Avayava means limbs, correct? This is one avayava limb. This is one limb. This body is one limb. So then you take these out. So consider only this much is there. This also has many avayavas. Lower part, upper part, limbs. Then you take it. So go like this, that to a certain extent that there is no more avayava left. Only avayavi is there. So this body is made up of many avayavas, hand, leg, hand, together becomes a body. So what is that particular thing which cannot be divided further? That is called paramanu. They call paramanu. So paramanu means it cannot be divided anything further. So now the question comes that when you, I think I won't be able to complete this slokas. Is it okay? You touch the topic. So only when avayavas are there, there is a possibility of going inside. For example, you can enter into the house. Why? Because the house there is avayavas are there, you can go inside. Because going inside means you have to break, correct? You have to break. You may say, in this home I am not breaking anything, but actually you are breaking. What you are breaking? You are breaking the space, There is space inside, that's why you are able to break it. But if it is if already a glass is filled with water till the brink, can you put further water? The water cannot enter because already filled, correct? But you can put a small stone inside it, because the stone can break it and enter, correct? So the entering is possible only when you are able to break it. Is it sense? Does it make sense now? So one can enter into one thing only when there is a possibility of breaking. Breaking means there is avayava. So what is paramanu means that which doesn't have any avayava, which cannot be broken into further. Electron, proton, neutron, and this scientists also say, it can be divided into three. Then what cannot be further divided is called atom, they call something like that, That's final particle which cannot be broken further. So our Shastra says that particular item which cannot be broken further in any way, it doesn't have any avayava. Avayava means it can break it. So it cannot be broken with no avayava. That is called paramanu. So now the question comes, if somebody is entering into something, then that thing has to have avayava. It has to be broken. So Krishna is entering into the universe means it has many avayavas. So he can enter, he can break and enter inside. So Krishna is entering into a coconut. That means it has avayava, it can break it and enter inside. Krishna is entering into the sun, Surya Narayana. Because it's a planet, he can break it and he can enter inside it. Isn't it? So, as Krishna is in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Sayeva Anupravishati, correct? Anupravishati means he is further enters into it. Just like this fan doesn't work unless electricity enters inside it, correct? Similarly, the world cannot function unless Krishna enters into it. So, that is called Garbhodaya Vishnu. When he enters only in the universal, you'll hear the next chapter also, and previously also you heard, that the whole planet is operating because of Krishna's entrance into it, correct? So entering means there has to be avayava. So sun we understand, moon we understand, earth we understand. But how Krishna can enter into the drill is putting because there's a space, avayava is the other, it cannot enter. So anyway, another. So the question comes now. You say Paramanu is the smallest thing which doesn't have avayava. Doesn't have avayava. Then how Krishna enters into it? You are asking, the bottle, is it Krishna inside the bottle? Yeah, Krishna is there in the bottle. But bottle is avayava, correct? But Paramanu, how Krishna can be there? And how the Bhagavatam says, you meditate on Paramatma who is inside Anu, correct? Isn't that? That's what it says, correct? One to worship me in my atomic form, pervading all subtle elements. So that Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham. So, okay, Krishna is entering inside the earth, inside the moon, sun, fine. But entering inside the atom is the smallest particle, which is remaining avayava. So then how it can be done? Next logic, that who can enter inside any particular thing or place is that the equation is that smaller person can enter into the bigger thing. Bigger thing cannot enter into the small thing. That means anything which enters, that has to be smaller, and anything which is entered, anything in which the person is entering, that has to be bigger. So bigger means avayava, there has to be avayava, has to be there. Smaller means, a smaller is entering means that bigger should have avayava. The smaller person can only enter inside that bigger thing. So one may say, there is a pot, and the pot is there, and the pot is broken by a big slab. So how the pot is broken? When the slab falls on the pot is broken. So not only one can enter into in something only when you are smaller than the place, is also he is booting the drill. The driller machine has to be smaller than the wall, then only he can break it. So he can break the wall because the driller is smaller than the bigger one. So a bigger thing cannot break the smaller one, only smaller thing can break the bigger one. This is another second equation. So now the question comes, when you take a big stone and throw it on a pot, the pot is smaller, the stone is bigger, how the bigger can break the smaller? Your equation is wrong here. Because Krishna says, Achetyoham, what is it? Asosya, Adakhyayam. That he cannot be cut into pieces, he cannot be dried, he cannot be burnt. Atma cannot be burnt. Why? There, the Acharya's comment, Vedanta comments that the Atma cannot be destroyed. Why? Because Atma is smallest. And all those who are trying to destroy, destruction, Akletya, Asochya, that Akletya means what? He cannot be wet by the water. Why? Water cannot destroy the soul because water is bigger, soul is smaller. Bigger person cannot destroy the smaller person. Smaller person can only destroy the bigger person. Ye kya ulta logic bol rahe? It's a fact. This is a Vedic logic, Shastra logic. So the smaller thing can only enter into the bigger thing, and it can break. What is destruction means? Avayava has to be separated. Avayava has to be separated. Then it can destroy this. So the question comes, soul cannot be destroyed because soul is the smallest. And fire, water, air, they are all biggest. So bigger cannot destroy the smaller. So by logical proof that soul is indestructible. Discussed in Bhagavad Gita, Sambandha Shastra, correct? Sambandhi Padartha discussed. Krishna speaks more about us than himself in the Gita, 2nd chapter. We all want to hear about ourselves, correct? There's another interesting of a teacher. Teacher wants to speak, glorify. He is speaking the greatness of you, us, then about himself. Gita starts with discussion of us only. Anyway, so then how can we say that a stone, pattar can destroy the pot? your logic fails. No, Shastra never goes wrong. How then it happens is that the stone is bigger, the pot is smaller, mud pot. But exactly what happens is that stone weight comes in by force, and that particular weight, the force, actually enters inside the molecules of the pot. So that force which comes down as a stone, the drilling machine, if he is drilling, if he just touches this wood or wall, it is not going inside. The force coming, correct? So that force is actually smaller than the pot, that particular vega called vega. That vega is smaller than the pot, that's why the vega could enter inside the pot and it breaks the pot. So the logic is that smaller can only destroy the bigger thing. That's the logic. That's Shastra that's how it explains that. So similarly here when it comes to Krishna, Krishna is there, and how Krishna can enter into Anu, Paramanu, which is smallest and which cannot be broken into pieces because it doesn't have avayava. That means Krishna cannot enter into the Anu. So then, how can he say that Krishna is, meditate on Krishna whose form is atomic? Then you can't get this perfection. What answer will be there? Huh? More subtle than the atom means, but then Anu has to be broken into pieces, then means. Then you say Anu is without avayava. Huh? No, Anu is also matter only, no? No, Krishna is not, let it be Krishna, keep it another side. The Anu is indivisible, correct? I'm not even talking about Atma, I'm talking about Anu, is indivisible. We cannot break it further. This Paramanu, how Krishna can enter into it? That means he doesn't have avayava only.
So basically we are saying that Krishna needs a space to enter something. So but if Krishna can exist without a space, then it is possible.
We have to go back to our Sambandha question only. So some of the people, they are saying that since the atom has no avayava, Krishna doesn't enter into that Anu. Then how Krishna is all pervading? Here he is saying that meditate on the all pervading atomic form of Krishna. So their answering is that Krishna enters inside the microphone. Krishna can enter inside the water can. Krishna enters inside this mobile phone book. But regarding Anu, Krishna doesn't enter. He just stays next to it. He stays around it. This is some philosophers they say. Some Vaishnavas are also accept this. Because Anu means it cannot be broken. So why Krishna has to enter and he has to break the policy? So he doesn't enter inside, he just stays around it. But other Vaishnavas, including Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they say that Krishna doesn't care for this logic. Through his Achintya Shakti, Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Krishna can enter inside the Anu also. Why? Don't ask question. Achintya Kalu Bhava Achamtarke Nivajaya. So through Achintya Shakti he enters. That form of Anu form, if you meditate, you can get the Siddhi of, what Siddhi? Anima. Wish we could get a Siddhi of bringing for the time back. Or if I have a Siddhi to make you forget that now it is not 5 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock, I can go. That's like a Vaishnava Aparadh. That's why we should not have Siddhis, One time Atmajita Prabhu told us how they raised this Brihadeshwara temple, that big 80-ton stone on top of that. You have seen Brihadeshwara temple, heard about Brihadeshwara temple in Tanjavur? Huge temple is there. That the canopy, that temple is from bottom till up made up of stone. Like we have got Balaji temple here, this is full stone, the sanctum stone, full stone like that. Huge, full stone. Generally, altar is of stone, but other things will be bricks and other things they make. But this temple is full